You control your next move. One topic that I want to address in greater detail is how you can determine what the right response is for you when you say, let me. The let them part is obvious. When you say let them, you stop trying to control what someone else is doing. When you say let me, you take responsibility for how you respond to it, which is not always obvious. Every situation is different, and learning how to choose what type of response is worth your time and energy and what isn't will change your life. I have a story that will help you understand how to choose the right response for you. The other day, I was taking our dogs for a walk at a popular spot at a local state park. As I pulled into the parking lot, a local park ranger stopped to pet my two dogs and say hello. And as we were chatting, he mentioned to me to make sure to keep the dogs on the leash and pick up their poop because there had been a lot of complaints that dogs were running free and that they were not being picked up after by their owners. And it was getting to the point where they may close the trail to dogs. I thanked him for sharing the information and assured him that I was not, quote, one of those people and would follow the rules. As I walked down the trail, there was a person walking 100 feet ahead of me with their dog off the leash, running all over the place and jumping on people. I started to get annoyed. I could feel the stress response rise up and my amygdala switch on. I was no longer enjoying my walk in the woods. I was focused like a laser on this dog and its owner, and I was getting more and more annoyed that this was exactly what the park ranger was talking about. And this one idiot was going to get all of us banned from being there. I kept saying, let them. And it worked for the first 5 times I said it. But then her dog crouched right there in the middle of the trail and went number 2. And I watched in horror as the owner kicked some leaves over it instead of picking it up in a doggy bag and removing it. That was it. I went from feeling stressed to anointing myself as the dog police in 5 seconds flat. That brings me to an important aspect of using the theory. Your response to every situation is going to be unique and different every time. There will be days when I just don't have the energy to chase the woman down, hand her a doggy bag, and ask her to pick it up, explain the implications of what's going on, and request that she do her part. And there will be days where I will run like an Olympic sprinter, chase her down, and do exactly that. There will be moments when I just shrug my shoulders and say, let them, and know it's not worth my time and energy. And when I get to the point where the dog has made its mess, I'll let me be the bigger person, and I'll take a baggie and pick it up. And when I smear it all over her car in the parking lot, okay, that last part was a joke. While I don't want to have to pick up after other people, I like being the kind of person who cares about leaving public spaces in good shape for everyone to enjoy them. I love knowing that I leave places better than I found them. And I love acting like a leader, even when it's not my job to do so. There will be other days when I feel that the best course of action is to turn around, walk back to the parking lot, track down the park officer, wait with them until the woman comes back, and personally report her to the ranger so he can deal with her. Every single one of these let me options are available to me and you. And as you were reading, you may have even thought of other options. The point here is every situation is different, but one thing remains the same. You always get to choose how you respond. I can't stop that lady from letting her dog poop in the middle of the trail, but I can choose what I do in response to it. I get to choose who I'm going to be and how I'm going to show up, and That's a very powerful feeling. Every situation will be different based on how you feel, what's going on in your life right now, how much time you have, how important the issue is to you, what your values are, and what the most effective approach is. Let Me is an opportunity for you to put your time, energy, and values at the center of your life. It's where you get to choose what's worth your attention and what isn't. How do you decide what's right for you, particularly when it's a really stressful situation? Great question. I find it helpful in these stressful moments to just say, let them take a pause and consider, is this going to bother me in an hour? Is this going to bother me in a week? Or is this something that just bothers me right now? If I'm still thinking about it an hour from now, I should do something. If it's going to matter in a week or a year, then I definitely need to do something. In the situation with the lady and her dog, I knew it would bother me every single time I walked my dog in that state park. In most cases, you will know what is right for you, and that leads me to the next example, which is the perfect topic to follow up poop. And that's politics. According to recent research, the majority of people report feeling very stressed out about the current state of world politics. I feel it too. And how can you not? We live in a moment where we are more polarized than ever. The stakes are so high, and everyone seems so far apart and either angry or scared about where things are, or both. It's impossible to have a civil conversation with most people who have a different point of view because none of us really want to take the time to understand where the other person is coming from. It would be easy, given how stressful politics can be at the local, state, national, and global levels, to just throw up your hands in the air, disengage, and feel powerless to change the state of things. So, how do you use the let them theory to change the state of politics at a local, national, or global level? You don't. The school board has already decided. The Senate has voted. These are the two candidates running. The election is over. It's tied up in the courts. Let them. You can't change what just happened. But I never said you couldn't change the future. Does it seem overwhelming? Yes. Does it feel like it won't make a difference? Yes. Do it anyway. Let me stay engaged and vocal on the issues I care about and do something that can change the future of my local, national, and global politics. Don't sit around and wait for someone else to clean up the mess that you see. If it matters, be the one everyone else is waiting for. Create the change you want to see. That's the power of Let Me.